Okay, so last time you guys had a little bit of time of rest and relaxation, and then you fought a chimera, which damn near killed you all, and then you guys returned to Peace Bloom, collected your bounty for the chimera, and then proceeded to rest for the evening. Nova, as you awaken in the morning, you find a message waiting for you in your room.
Where?
It's just...
Oh, it's just sitting...
It's on the chest of drawers. And it, you can do whatever you like with that. And then you guys awaken and go down to eat your breakfast and just decide what you're going to do for the day. As you go into the main area of the tavern, you find that Rowan hasn't joined you yet. Yeah. Why don't you guys pick up from there?
Has Ella finished exploring this town?
I don't think you spent a lot of time exploring Peace Bloom. You guys have kind of just been in and out with it. Like you guys took that one job where you ended up going into the dungeon underneath the sorcerer's house here. Other than that, you kind of just completed that job, found out about the Chimera, went back to Thornville, then went to Thor, then you came back here to kill the Chimera, and you kind of...
Okay, then I think
you guys haven't really spent a whole lot of time exploring.
I think Ella would go tour the town then.
As you guys finish your breakfast, though, Rollin still hasn't joined you at this point in the morning, which is...
We're in Peaceful still.
You're in Peaceful.
Okay.
So Ella's just gonna go explore the town?
Yeah, she'll mention it to Nova if Nova's down for breakfast, but...
Yeah, Nova's walks quickly, reads over. It takes as long as I do. But she'll be down there.
Okay, then... I gotta get back into character.
I know, it's been a couple weeks.
I want to go explore the town. Do you want to come with?
I don't see why not.
Well, finish breakfast and go see what's what in the town.
Cause Ernest.
Okay. So, you guys are exploring the village of Peace Bloom?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, did we go over the shops that are here? I don't think we
I
did.
don't think so.
It's not that I remember.
I have to find them.
Oh, all we know is it's a smaller town that wasn't necessarily anything in particular.
Did. Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys went over the... Yeah, okay, here it is.
No, because I was looking for jobs, not
Yeah,
stores.
so you guys have been staying at the Sleeping Ale House Inn. That's the... Yeah, it was just you dealt with Glimdong, the holy person, and then
We met
Barton Long Eye.
and we rescued Damon.
Damon Burkesque.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what are you guys looking to do in town?
Just scoping out the town, seeing what's all here.
Okay.
Usual Ella business.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a rather small village. You know, average dirt roads, nothing too fancy. Most of the buildings are single story, except for a few of the shops are multi-storied. The tavern, the inn you guys have been staying at, is probably the largest building besides the town hall and the temple to Palor that stands right next to the town hall.
What does the people dynamic look like?
It's a good mix of races, from anything from your average human to tieflings and dragonborn, gnomes, halflings. Not many dwarves, but there are a few.
Are there any poor or like homelessy?
Not so much. It's a small like village where most people like they work for their food. Like they don't work for a living, they work for food, kind of thing. Where it's more, it's mostly consisting of farmers and your everyday average like smithy and
Anything that would interest Nova on another person?
Chinese.
Yeah. Is there anything that would be like, ooh,
they're not very wealthy.
okay.
It's more they're very common folk in Peace Bloom, so there's not an excess of wealth. You could like probably the wealthiest people are the members of the church, or like the town master. But other than that, most of the people are at the lower range of incomes.
Okay.
That's all we wanted to do here.
Okay.
Town.
Yeah, there's a blacksmith, there's a wand maker, an enchanter,
Section an enchanter.
an alchemist, and then the alehouse. Yeah, there's an enchanter with a small shop. It's called a Touch of Mystery.
Do you feel a touch of mystery?
Always.
I love going to that shop
Okay.
just to see what's in there. Curious as in an enchanting place at a small village.
So what follows?
Okay. You walk inside. It's a rather small shop. You can see in the back there's a staircase leading up to a second story, which you assume is probably like the owner's apartment. The shelves are well kept, and it's not as fancy as you would normally see, but it seems everything in here seems rather well crafted. And you can see the shelves are lined with a few items. And a human male, about middle-aged with short hair, greets you as you walk in. He's like, "Welcome to a Touch of Mystery. What can I do for you?"
I'm kind of just seeing what's here.
"Well, take a look around. If you need anything, just let me know."
Take a look around.
As you walk around, you see, a few items of interest, something that you can make out that you've seen in Brendan's shop back in Thornville. There's a bag of holding. There is a small case on the counter that contains a deck of cards. You can find a kind of like it's almost like a mannequin. It basically is a mannequin, but it like on its head there's a pair of goggles, and then on its hands there's a pair of gloves, and on its feet it's wearing a pair of slippers. So it's kind of like showing you where these go on the body. So it's a pair of goggles of night, gloves of missile snaring, and then slippers of spider climbing that this mannequin's wearing. And they're kind of like scroll out like detail, like little placards next to them. Also on another shelf you can see like this suspended like decant, like it's like a water skin, but it's more glass, and you can see water in it, but it's like hanging from this little rack on the shelf. And it's a decanter of endless water. Sitting next to that is like this jug. And it's clay, but it has a big stopper in the top. And it's called. It says it's an alchemy jug, and then next to that is also a little satchel containing like this like really fine dust, which is dust of disappearance. But the only one that didn't have a label on it was the deck of cards.
Could you tell me more about this alchemy jug?
Suppose. Let me look it up real quick. I should have this stuff better prepared. But you know me. I have to prepare. It's this way. I'm yawning. Right, the alchemy jug is a ceramic jug that appears to hold a gallon of liquid and weighs 12 pounds, whether full or empty. Whenever you shake it, you can hear sloshing sounds, even if it's empty. And you can use an action and name one liquid from the table below, and the jug will produce it. And you can get up to 2 gallons per minute of the liquid out. And it all, like the amount of liquid it produces is based on the liquid you named. So you can produce acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, and wine in different amounts. And like they have a different maximum.
Okay. I'll ask how much the jug is.
Because I believe you are the ones I've heard of that helped with the chimera problem. I would give you a 10% discount, which would put it at 6,300 gold pieces.
How much are the shoes of spider climbing?
The slippers I would give you for 5,000 gold pieces.
We'll have to come back another time.
Yeah.
That sounds fine.
Alright. Good day.
Good day.
I'll leave.
Toot toot.
Okay.
Where do we go in these shops?
To look at the pretty things.
To look at the pretty things. That's right.
We window shop.
To dream about bigger and better things that one day you might be able to afford.
You gotta win the lottery.
Or slay a dragon.
Or some jobs.
Yeah.
Alright.
What are you guys doing?
Well, shall we collect Rollin and head out of town somewhere?
Sure.
Okay, so you guys return to the ale house, and you still don't see Rollin anywhere.
Okay, go up to the bar guy.
Okay.
Have you seen Roland, yellow hair, 3 big guys that follow her around?
I haven't seen her leave her room yet.
Oh, okay. Nova goes to knock, like
Ella follows.
knock on the door.
As you knock on the door, which one? Pi opens it and comes out into the hall to greet you, and he's like, Miss Rollin isn't feeling well today. Was there something we could do for you?
Oh, we were just gonna see if she wanted to go somewhere else, but if she's not feeling well...
Well, we could probably get her in the cart and travel that way. We would need some bedding.
Do you want to cart Rollin around, Ella?
I mean, do you want to leave her here? That's the thing. I mean, if we go to Wunderberg, that's a several-day travel for her to try to catch up.
It's like 2.5 weeks travel for her to catch up.
It would probably be smart to
Yeah.
tote her around.
And just take her to an inn in Wunderberg if she's not feeling better by then.
Or drop her off at a temple. No.
Exercise her.
Okay, so you guys are gonna load Rollin up in the cart.
Yeah.
Travel.
Put a nice little blanket on top of her.
Okay. All right. So Rollin is in the cart, defended by her 3 retainers. You 2 are free to kind of just. Ella can't pull her whole hide in a bag for the whole travel thing due to the fact that there is no space in the cart right now. You guys may have to look at investing in a larger travel.
A carriage.
A larger travel device. But yeah, so you get her loaded up in the cart. You guys get out on the road. By the time you get everything set up, it's about midday, so you have maybe 4 to 6 hours of travel before you kind of have to call it a night. Is there anything you guys want to do? Are we just going straight to Wunderberg? Or is there anywhere you want to stop in Thornville for anything? Or
No, I think Ella would just go straight to Wunderberg from here.
That's good for now.
okay. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just going to expedite the travel. Because travel's boring. And, you know, I think you guys also kind of just have like an air about you that kind of would put off most people that would attack you while you're traveling along the road, especially with your giant full plate mail wearing furbolgs that travel with you.
So we don't leave them behind.
But yeah, so you guys travel to Wunderberg, and I guess you'll have to do some information gathering, won't you?
Okay, fine.
But yeah, so you guys get to Wunderberg. You take Rollin and her retainers to the it was this one. You guys take her to the Silver Cask, which was the inn in Wunderberg. I'm just gonna make a note here quick so I don't forget. Because I don't have all my notes organized properly. But yeah, you take her to the Silver Cask in Wunderberg, where you set her up in a room using her money.
Mm-hmm.
We'll say you guys use her money. Yeah, and you guys have some time to do whatever you want to do in town.
We should start seeing what there all is to see in the town. We kind of only spent a little bit of time at this college place here.
I mean, we did see the shops. Most of them were
Yeah,
rude.
that's right.
Is there anything specific you need to do?
No, I kind of just want to see what the town looks like, get some ideas.
Okay, Nova's gonna come in and whisper to Ella, how do you feel about thievery?
Not against it. Is it worth the price?
Typically,
No.
Nova knows that Annika was the queen, right?
History check.
Dirty 20?
Yeah, you would know that about, what do we say, 200 years ago, Annika von Scout became the queen of Wunderberg after the death of her father.
And what about House Gallendale?
Probably not as likely that you would know that name. You would probably know that there was a noble house that founded the college.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you would know that noble house's name.
Okay. And we probably, she probably wouldn't know House Turin.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't know House Turin at all.
So Ella, we need to find a priest.
Oh.
A little forward today, aren't
Is that all? Well, maybe we should probably go to the temples then.
Yes.
It's usually where the priests lie.
Nova's gonna include Ella into this,
Okay.
but she's looking for the priest. That's in
Lathander.
Lathander.
Okay, looking for the priest. You're looking for the temple of Lathander.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you asking people, or are you just gonna go out and explore to find it?
Not asking people.
Okay. Then I need you to make me a general. Well, make me an investigation check.
13.
It takes you the bulk of the day to locate this temple, but you do find the Temple of Lathander.
What time of day is it?
It's getting to dusk. You can hear the bells ringing for 6 p.m.
Ringing bells.
Mm-hmm. is a very large city, and people do need to know what time it is.
Are we going in here? Or are we looking at him? Or what do you think?
Yeah, let's go in. Just to look for now.
Okay. Roland is not feeling well. Just if it comes up in conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going in the temple?
Yes.
Alright. Inside the temple.
Why did I have a feeling you were gonna be like, make a blah 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 saving throw?
Well, make a wisdom saving throw. No,
You know, it would not surprise me.
you walk inside, and you can see parishioners, and you can see a few priests, like, you know, with their their incense, you know,
Doing priesty things.
yeah, they're kind of just leading prayers and just performing their everyday rites for the parishioners. You know, basic, like, none of them are like full clerics, so they don't really have, like, they maybe have like a cantrip. Like, you know, you can see a couple of them using magics like mend clothes, or, you know,
So after 2 weeks, Roland's still not feeling well?
yeah.
Okay.
She woke up a couple times during the journey, but like she's very lethargic. It seems almost like some kind of poison, or, you know, or maybe just the flu, or maybe she's just exhausted from using those new bangles that she got. You can't quite tell. Like, but yeah. You can see a few priests, just leading the parishioners in prayer and taking care of some minor needs. But yeah, you don't see like a full-fledged cleric in the temple.
What? So... Is there any information that Nova would know?
Nope.
No?
Mm-mm.
What, like, how's the layout?
It's kind of like standard church layout. It's larger, you know, pillars, you know, pews, you know, it's basically like a church, just out of stone.
So we're talking like early Gothic, late Gothic.
Yeah, but it's lighter colored. It's not heavy stone. It's more like marble, or like a limestone kind of color. Maybe granite. None of you are really that well versed in the different qualities of stone.
Nope.
Do any of the, like, priests look like they might have any magical items on them, or... Or...
You can't really tell that an item is magical without touching it, or, you know, being like, or using
Yeah.
the spell detect magic. You'd have to, like, but you haven't tell me what. I know what you're looking for, but you have to tell me. What do you want to know?
Well, that's the problem, is I don't know how to go.
Okay. Are you trying to investigate what the priests are wearing?
Yes.
Didn't say that. Well, then do a perception check to see if you notice anything odd.
Oh god, where's my perception? 16.
Okay. You do notice that one of the priests seems to be putting his hand in his robe and like pulling like little things out, and kind of like, you know,
Like a lot, or
yeah, like quite frequently. Like he goes into his robe, pulls something out with,
yeah.
like he pulls out candles, or he pulls out like little coin, like little wooden coins he hands to children, or he pulls out some incense that he puts in the burners.
What does he look like?
Kind of a grizzled older man. Shaggy beard, not really well kept. Like that old monk's like bald spot, but his hair is really long otherwise, and kind of just again unkept. But like his robes are clean and well tended. He seems to be like the head of the priesthood here. Yeah. He doesn't hunch or anything. He seems to stand pretty upright. And
Hey, Ella, we should get that guy to go help Rollin.
Alright. Ella goes and walks up to the priest dude. Gently puts hand on his shoulder. Excuse me.
Yes, my child.
One of my traveling companions has befallen ill and has been ill for the last 2 weeks, and I don't know what has taken her. I was wondering if you could
Where
help.
is your companion?
What was the name of it?
Yeah, I don't. Is it the one they go to? What? You go
No,
to?
it's the one in Wunderberg.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was asking. It's the something silver cask.
Yeah, Silver Cascade.
I see. So you have taken her to room and board to take her to have her rest?
Yes.
Yes, I don't know the city very well. I need to have her stay somewhere until I can find some help.
Well, I have duties I must attend to here. I can send one of my lesser priests to check on your friend and let me know.
That would be wonderful.
So he calls over another priest, same garb, but much younger, and tells the young man to go with you to check on Rollin. So you guys return with the young priest to the silver cask. He goes in, he does the retainers let him in, and he kind of does the whole like checking their vitals, and they don't have like thermometers or anything, so they can't check to see if she has a fever, but like touches her head, and he calls for a warm bucket of water, which puts a cloth on her head, and tells the retainers to reapply the warm cloth regularly, and that he would send his master to come and see her as soon as he was available. And he leaves and he returns to the temple. Okay, what are you guys doing?
I'm trying to think of a way
I
to be able to
was
get.
gonna look at Nova. Just
I'm trying to think of a way to be able to see under his robes without him, like, either knocking him out and him knowing it, or not knowing it was us, or something else. I just don't know.
so I'm saying we should have planned before we acted.
Well, okay.
No, fine. Nope, we do it.
Okay, what?
So what do you guys? What are you doing? You now have this priest coming to see Rollin. So, what exactly is your plan?
Alright, Ella pulls Nova into one of the rooms. Probably just so we can talk.
The
Would it be easier to find out more information about him? Perhaps where he sleeps? He can't stay awake all the time.
perhaps there's something that one of those priests has that they no longer need to have.
Yes, I've gathered that.
And I have a small feeling that the master priest guy is wearing it under his robes.
Well, he eventually has to change robes, right?
Yes. But what if we could somehow, like, he's already going to be coming to us eventually.
Yes.
If there was a way to maybe lightly poison him.
Ella starts rummaging.
You okay, Brandon?
Do whatever you think you gotta do on.
Of course, like, it would be better if we don't let him know it was us.
I don't remember if I had that sleeping potion.
You did. I don't think we didn't use it the last time we were here.
I wrote it on a piece of paper. So much papers. So no, I made one. I don't remember using it.
Yes, you still have the sleeping potion.
Okay. Ella pulls out a sleeping potion.
Now, how would we put this into a system without him knowing that we did it?
Well, here's the thing, is if he's a skilled priest, he'll probably be able to tell. Unless you come up with some sort of ruse, he will likely be able to tell. Like, you could put it in his tea. I don't know if it'll take.
Is it a drinking only thing?
Yes.
If only I could know when. If only I could know when he would be coming to visit. Because I could make a break in to Rollins' room. Not as myself.
You're gonna turn into a dragon.
No, but like,
Well, how much time would you need to know?
well, we could always do other things. It's not that important. It's just something that should be done.
Well, if our opportunity is now, I mean, it's not good to squander an opportunity. I mean, if you come and break in and take on a priest, surely there'll be the whole guard of the city.
Yeah. Sentry would not be happy with me.
Enemy, don't tell him.
You guys are in a different city too.
Yes, but I'm sure that he would catch word and he'd be like, damn it. Does the bar serve tea?
I don't know if that's what he drinks, but I would imagine.
Or, you know.
The bar, no.
Would it have a weird taste in water?
Most assuredly. I doubt that it tastes like water. I haven't tasted it. I smelt it. I made it. I would not think it tastes like water.
It's probably more like a chamomile and lavender kind of taste.
Like I could gather some supplies to make tea. But then we will have made the tea. Does that face mean you want some tea?
No.
That's right, I had an idea face.
So you know my aspirations to own my own tavern, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how long it would take to make a calming beverage for him using my skills.
Well, the question would be, do you have access to brewing supplies?
I have
You have proficiency in brewing supplies. I'm pretty sure you're not carrying around a giant distillery everywhere you go.
I mean, if we need more time to think on this one, we can take more time than just have Rollin back to health.
True, which would be helpful.
Whatever you guys decide to do.
I mean, we could always scope out and see where he lives. He probably lives in the temple, however, it wouldn't be unwise to see where he sleeps.
Well, how about we sleep on it and come back in the morning with fresh ideas?
What time of day is it?
It's after traveling to the temple and when it was 6 p.m. at the temple, getting back to the Silver Cask and dealing with the other priests, it probably was a couple hours. So you're looking at just after dusk into early evening. So about 8:30ish.
Alice still has to go investigate the town, right?
She hasn't yet.
Okay. Why don't we go for a walk?
Okay.
And just start perusing the town.
Okay.
Doing Ella business.
So you're just kind of wandering, looking at different things. I think you guys actually visited the shops here, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, we visited the shops. We didn't like the shop people.
Yeah, they were all very rude, very arrogant.
And one was not very smart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, you had the idiot guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So anything in particular you're looking for?
Just the Ella stuff, really. Unless Noah mentions anything. Well, pretty much just getting a lay of the city, where buildings are.
Give me a general intelligence check.
Not this again.
A 2.
2. Yes, a 2.
You feel as though you've gotten a good idea
Correct.
of the general layout and the defenses of the city. Yeah, it might take you a little bit more time, but you feel like you got it.
Is there anything that would pique interest or seem like it would go along with any of the tasks that have been presented to Nova?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
16.
As you guys kind of stroll around the city, Ella seems to be just trying to get the general layout and that kind of information, but you do notice, as you're walking past more of the castle district, you see a very large 4-story house, very large, walled with solid brick walls, heavy iron wrought gate. You see a placard on the wall near the gate that says House Turin. But other than that, besides that, you notice some more well-to-do people going in and out of the college. You don't really. The other thing you're looking for, you probably wouldn't see, unless you went up to somebody. Plus, you don't know the symbol that you're looking for. So.
I think it's time for me to go back to college tomorrow.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you miss it so much?
I have a few questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need my assistance with that tomorrow? I'm not quite allowed in, but...
I will for sure let you know.
Okay.
I don't know what all information they can give me, but
I may or may not be in the town then. I might be
Oh.
outside the town talking to farmers.
no problem. Thank you for telling me.
So you guys going back to the Silver Cask to get rest?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So you go back, you have your supper, you drink a little bit, you go to bed. In the morning you awaken to Pi coming to inform you that the priest was there. He says that Rollin is just fallen ill with a minor infection, possibly from the Chimera sting, and it should clear up in just give it some time. There's not much they can do for the infection. It just takes a little bit of time. He did dress the wounds and everything so that she can
Properly heal.
heal. But yeah, so he just said give it a little bit of time. Maybe. But yeah, so just give it some time and it'll get better. And they did pay the priest in a tithe of 10 gold pieces, which we'll take from Roland.
Spending a lot of Roland's money.
Well, she should be here. If she was here, who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So what are you guys doing?
Nova's gonna go to the library.
Okay.
And if she sees anyone she's talked to before.
See, I have
Okay.
If I get my business done outside, it might be a long affair. If you see me meditating out in a cornfield or a field, just
leave you to your meditation.
Just leave me to my meditation. Perhaps, make sure nothing nips at me. But yeah. So then Ella departs to go find some farmers.
Okay. So what is Nova is looking for? People that she's interacted with before, or
that's like if she sees anyone that she's interacted before, she's gonna go talk to them.
But what kind of information is she looking for?
More information about how Annika got into power.
Okay. So you're looking for a history book.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty easy to find in the library. There's a book of the history of Wunderberg. So you're specifically looking for
Things about
Annika.
Yes.
Okay. So, all the information you find is written by the bard Kaelin Gallandel, who was also the consort of the queen. Consort's kind of a rude word to say, but
she was the lifelong mate.
she was the partner and lifelong companion of Annika von Scout. But the history books present Annika as a child who, when her family was killed by some cultists, she was ferried off far, far away to stay at a monastery. She became a monk. She traveled back to Wunderberg, gaining in power. And when she got here, her and her party of adventurers slew the leader of the cult, banishing the cult from Wunderberg and freeing the city once more. She then reigned for the next 50 years before her death of old age. And basically it's just an account of what happened last campaign.
So is the name of the book she needs Annika von Scout, or is it just like, because it doesn't, all it says is from this place, this book about this.
Yep. Basically, there is mentioned there is a Bard's Tale, which chronicles the life and times of Annika von Scout. It's called The Monk Who Would Be Queen, but it's not in this library. It's a private collector's item. And that book was written by oh god, what was his name?
The
Tabaxi, the Tabaxi bard, River, Rumbling River was his name. He was a Tabaxi bard who wrote the story of Annika.
I bet he had a tale to tell.
Yes, he did. There's lots of books
Mhm.
he wrote.
Is there anything else in the library that would give a hint as to where or what exactly she's like where the collector's book would be, or
Well, you know that it's in a private library in House Turin. Other than that,
that's it.
like, nobody really, people don't just write down information, like exact location. They don't give you a map to find these rare books. But it is a rare book that there's only one copy of, and it's in House Turin's library, as far as you know, or as far as your guild knows, anyway. What is Ella doing during this time?
She is going to go find a farmer.
Okay. Just any random farmer or
Any-
specific type of farm that you're looking for?
Nope, any random farmer.
Okay. Pretty easy to find. There's
Okay.
lots of fields outside of Winterberg.
Alright, she goes up to him and asks if this is their field. I was wondering if I could have a proposition with you. My Druid Enclave is looking for increased trade of food. What I was thinking, I could use some of my magic to double the yield of your crops for 1 year, if you would be willing to trade food with my Enclave.
So are we looking like a 50-50 split here, or do we get 75, you get 25? Like, I guess I don't know how this is gonna. Are you paying me for it? Or
We would trade for your goods. It's just my part of everything would be to use my magics to increase your crops, and then someone else would come and purchase them.
that sounds like a fair deal.
Alright. I do have to do a binding agreement, more so that I follow through as part of my Enclave's duties.
Okay. So he reaches out to shake your hand.
And invite him in.
Okay. And as his hand releases, you see this little green symbol appear on his hand, and it quickly fades. He doesn't even notice it.
Okay. And then all I ask is to not be disturbed for the next 8 hours. And I go find a spot in the middle of his field and I begin casting plant growth at the extended time.
Okay. So you're doing the ritual casting of plant growth?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. So with that, any time he enters a contract with someone else, your contractual obligation will spread.
Cool.
So
So just like a
Yeah.
I don't know.
a plague.
Yes.
Basically, that's what he just did. Was start a plague, but not a bad one. All right. Okay.
All in the party. I am enriching their stuff for here, though.
Nova is gonna get dressed nicely or look very nice,
Okay.
and she's gonna try to walk to the.
Remember, she is wearing her
I know.
glamour.
I know,
armor,
but
so
she's
she can
gonna.
change it to whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna look very,
Well put together.
Yes.
Very regal.
yes,
Okay.
and she's gonna walk to House Turin.
Okay.
and try to go in.
Okay. As you go to enter the gate, a pair of guards stop you. Hey, what are you doing?
I have business here. I thought they would tell you.
We haven't heard anything, but go ahead and roll a persuasion to try to talk the guards into letting you inside.
14.
If you say you have business here, then you must have business here, so go right in. And they open the gate for you and lead you up to the front door. You going inside?
Yes.
Okay. Inside the house seems empty. The lights are out, candles are all doused. The fireplace isn't burning right now. Except for the sitting room is lit, and it seems to be like that's where they expect you to go. What is Nova doing?
Can she tell if there's any,
Give me a perception check.
21.
You don't hear anything in the house. It's a rather large house, so there could be somebody in a distant part of
What
the house.
about, any magical, barriers, or if she were to try to walk through the house, if anything would happen?
You don't see anything. There doesn't seem to be any runes scrawled or any kind of tripwires or anything in the house. From what you're obviously in the entry area, and you can see fairly well. But yeah, you can't really see anything.
For now, she'll go sit in the waiting room and see what happens.
Okay.
If no one comes in 10 minutes, she's gonna...
No one seems to come.
Okay. She's gonna...
It seems like whoever is supposed to be here, whoever you were meeting, quote unquote, isn't here.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
Yeah. She's gonna, she's gonna wander, but kind of look lost on purpose.
Okay, give me a deception roll, just so I have it.
9.
Okay. So, Nova just starts wandering through the house.
Yes.
Do you go upstairs? Do you stay on the ground floor?
She'll stay on the ground floor for now.
Okay. So you wander. It's a rather large house, so...
So she could potentially just get lost.
Yeah, you could if you took too many wrong turns. But yeah, the ground floor is pretty well laid out. There's the parlor that you were in. There's a small office, with scrolls and books and everything. It's an office. You can tell this isn't where they keep their library or anything. You find the kitchen, and then the livery, just off the kitchen, and then you that's it's a dining room, a really large dining room with 2 fireplaces, a long table, and then you also find the stairs to the next floor. You also find stairs to a basement.
I don't know. I'm gonna roll to go up or down. Evens up, odd down. Down I go.
Right, go down into the basement. Down in the basement, you can hear, as you step down, you can hear, the room lights up. as you step in onto the floor. Like, it seems you triggered something. The whole room lights up, and you can just see all these little like candles just suddenly bursting to life, or torches,
Yeah.
basically around the room, kind of just bursting to life. And you don't see anybody down here, but it looks like just this massive workshop. It's not as big as the floor that you were just on, like it's about half the size, but it's this really big workshop. Shelves and tables are all across the walls of the room, with different little like components and gears and all this other stuff kind of just laid out everywhere. A large furnace stands in the middle of the room. It seems to be where they craft some of the stuff that they're doing here. But yeah, you don't see anybody. You don't seem to notice anything that. Well, you notice a lot of things, but
Nothing of like.
nothing of interest necessarily to Nova.
She'll go back upstairs.
Okay. You're going up to the second floor,
Yes.
like the.
Yeah.
Okay. This seems to be the bedroom, like the bedroom and kind of like more family living area, not so much the entertaining area. But yeah, you travel, you find all the different bedrooms. You don't find any people, like anyone. You notice that the beds are kind of small comparatively to like most beds you've seen. Like they're about half the size, a little bit lower to the ground, like quite a bit lower to the ground, and everything else seems to be proportionately smaller.
So they're like shin height to Nova.
Yeah, Nova could definitely not sleep on these beds. They're more like a toddler bed to Nova.
Okay.
But yeah, no, you find like 6 bedrooms, and then like a more of a family living area. It seems to be like more like almost kind of like a game room where the family would kind of have their their family nights together. You also find the stairs to the 3rd floor.
Alright. Nova's getting increasingly more like
Give me a perception check.
timid and 16.
As you crest the stairs to the 3rd floor, you do hear a muffled conversation. It seems a distance off, but you do hear a slight...
Like talking, like
Yeah,
mumbling.
it sounds like somebody's like a pair of people are talking, but they are probably behind a closed door or something, but if you can hear it, they're probably talking pretty loud. Probably having a spirited debate.
Okay, Nova's gonna try to sneak.
Roll my stealth check.
14.
Okay. You are moving quietly as far as you know. Are you headed towards the voices?
Away from now, for now.
Okay.
She wants to take as long as possible before she encounters anyone.
Okay. Well, when you go up the stairs, you're kind of in this hall,
Mm-hmm.
and the hall seems to wrap both ways around the central walls. But as you get to the outer wall, it's just a long hallway lined with windows, and you get to the end, and it turns right,
Oh god.
and you find another long hallway that's just windows, and then you turn right.
It's a big circle.
It's a big circle, yeah. Well, it's a square,
but
but
it's a big circle.
it just goes around, and it seems to be all centered around this room. It's a rather large room that's right in the center of the floor.
Okay. Is this the room that that she hears?
Yeah.
So she's gonna like her ear kind of close to the wall. See if she-
It's a rather thick wall. Can't really hear anything through it.
Did she see a door to the room?
Yeah, there was a door not far from the stairs that you came up.
Was it like a solid door? No.
It was cracked open,
Oh, okay.
and that's how you heard the...
Well, I was saying, like, is it like a front door, or is it like there's windows?
No, there's no windows.
Okay.
It's a regular door.
Okay, she's gonna,
Well, it's actually a pair of doors. It's kind of like cracked
like,
in the middle. So the doors are... One door is slightly ajar.
yeah. So she wants to go on the side where the door, like, is it going outwards or inwards?
Inwards.
Oh. So she wants to be on the door that's not.
Not cracked open?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you
And
looking inside?
she's gonna listen first.
Okay.
And, like, actually.
Okay. You can hear two rather high-pitched voices having an argument about, something you don't understand anything about. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the stuff you found in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like mechanics and alchemy and like stuff that, like, Nova understands the words but doesn't understand the meaning behind all of it.
Yeah. Nova's gonna make herself kind of look ragged now, like,
Okay.
her clothes look a little torn. She's like
Like, more like physically assaulted kind of ragged or poor kind of ragged?
physically assaulted,
Okay.
kind of ragged.
Okay.
And she's gonna trip into the door.
Okay. And you give me a deception roll.
22.
You very convincingly make yourself look physically assaulted and very convincingly fall face forward through the door. Give me an acrobatics check to make sure you don't actually damage yourself as you're doing this.
7.
you trip through the door, trying to pratfall through the door, but instead you actually slam your face against the door, pushing it open,
And fall.
and you fall face forward into the. Now what you can see is a rather large library.
Nova's gonna start crying.
Okay. Convincingly crying.
Well, it helps seeing as you hit your face on the doors.
Because now your face is actually pretty bloody. And as you kind of look up, you see this halfling and a gnome kind of stop mid-argument and stare at you. Just kind of trying to take in what just happened. And so the female halfling runs up to you. Are you okay?
Well, so I'm seeking refuge, and the guards outside told me that it was okay to come in here, but there was no one in the house, so I thought I was all alone.
Okay, what are you seeking refuge from?
Can't you tell? I've been attacked.
Well, we just saw you fall through the door. We didn't know you had been attacked.
And she just starts crying even harder.
So the female halfling's It's okay, dear. Turn, go get me some tea or something. Go quick now, and some cloths so we can clean her up. Okay, come on, go. It's like okay. And he bolts out the door. What are you doing then?
Do you have somewhere I can sit?
Oh yeah, yes. Actually. She looks around the library and realizes that your 6 foot plus tall frame will not fit in any chair they own. And then she's like, you can see her. She's like thinking, and she's like, she's looking around. She sees a bunch of throw pillows, and she kind of just like she runs and starts grabbing them and like kind of like forms them into a...
As she's doing that, Nova's looking like, just like...
Okay, give me an investigation check.
10.
In the quick seconds that you have while she's doing this, you can't seem to locate exactly what you're looking for. You think it would take you a little bit more time to actually be able to go, because it's a large space. Like, it's 2 stories up. So like there's the story, you were on the 3rd floor, and now you can tell that the 4th floor of the building was actually
more library.
Was just the extension of the roof for the access of the library and like an upper level.
Okay.
But yeah, you would need a little bit more time to actually get your hands dirty, get the books to actually see what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, she builds you a little pile of cushions basically for you to sit on, and kind of ushers you over to them and has you sit down. It's like, is there anything else I can get for you?
No, I just need a second.
Okay, well, why don't you rest for a minute? I'll go see where he is.
Thank you.
She scuttles off out the door.
She's not gonna get up, but she is gonna like still be looking around, and she's probably gonna be holding her face because
it probably actually hurts because you did slam it pretty hard.
But is there anything that would pop or like?
Well, from where you're sitting, you're kind of sitting in like the middle of this like reading area / like, you know, there's some tables, and they seem to be, this is where they do most of their research. On the tables, all the books seem to be more about like alchemy and mechanical style things, whereas you have and from what you can see on this lower floor, it seems to be this is where their research is.
Yeah.
And you can't really make out what's on the 2nd floor because it's a little bit darker up there.
She's just thinking of a plan from here. Like what she's gonna say or do when they come back.
Okay. I need Ella to make me a perception check while she's doing her 8-hour ritual.
That's good. I like that. Yeah. It'll be 22.
22?
Yeah. Put away.
What did you roll?
19.
Maybe a 25 then.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you're channeling your ritual, and you can see because you're more in a deeper corner of the field due to the fact that you kind of wanted to be out of the way while you were doing this. You can see not far off in the forest, you can see some beasts running, and they don't seem to notice you, but you notice them.
Can I tell what kind of beasts they are? Or are they just beasts?
It looked like a small pack of wolves.
Okay. But they don't notice me.
They didn't notice you.
Okay.
No, but you noticed them.
That's cool.
And it's probably now about, it's getting into the early, well, it's afternoon. It's probably about 1 or 2 p.m. at this point. You're getting pretty close to the end of your ritual.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all that you really notice for now. And now we have to wait for her to get back.
I can't do much else. So
Yeah, you're kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck right now.
Yep. It's fine.
You have maybe about 2 more hours of the ritual casting while all her hijinks are going on.
So is it like city, farmland, open plains, or?
It depends on which way you go.
Okay.
So, like, if you go more kind of with the southern direction with the farm you're at, so it's forest to the south of you, you have probably a good half a mile between the farmland and the forest.
Okay.
So it's a distance, but you did roll a 26 on your perception, so you could see.
Yeah.
You could see, into the early vestiges, like just outside the forest.
Is it light forest or dense forest?
It's lighter,
Okay.
leading in because it's kind of leading into the forest of the Ari Woods. I would think Al would probably choose a more secluded farm, like further out from the city to start her propagation.
Oh, I was just little grove.
But yeah, no, you're kind of on the outskirts of the farmland right now.
Okay.
I felt like that would probably be a better,
Yeah.
kind of like the buffer that you leave from the forests. Okay, so
I mean, it all works because the enriched land goes for half a mile.
yeah, you're gonna be enriching quite the distance in these farms. Because the farms are pretty well, they're pretty close to each other. Like, these aren't like huge, modern farmlands, which are like 40 acres, 80 acres. No, these are like 1 acre plots that different farms and different families tend. It'd probably help the animal farms too. There's probably nearly a mile between where you're at and the city, because you're you're on the outskirts.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess your plant growth would then reach the forest as well.
Here's the edge of the forest. Double trees. That's alright. They can live with double trees.
Okay, so what is Nova plotting while these two are still absent?
When they come back, she's gonna say that she came into this town because her mother told her stories about the fierce monk who turned queen, Annika, and she wanted to learn more about her because she idolized her, but then got attacked for asking too many questions. And she's gonna ask if it's impolite to pursue such information in this city.
Okay.
And see if they will, like,
Oh, just
continue, like...
Okay. All right. So they return and they have, a bowl of water and some towels and some, other little bits and bobs. The female halfling is carrying some teacups and a kettle of water, or like a teapot, and the male is carrying the bowl of water with some towels under his arm. He's kind of like trying to like not drop the bowl of bowl of water. They set the water down next to you, and he starts washing the little bit of blood that is actually there now off your face, and she starts pouring some tea, and you grab one of the teacups. They're actually like
tiny. They're like the play teacups for kids.
Well, it's more like the little glass of red wine in The Unexpected Journey that Gandalf gets.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
a shot.
It's basically a shot of tea that you get. But yeah, so you drink the tea with them, and you describe all this to them, and like, you want to know more about the Lady Queen Annika?
If it wouldn't be too much to ask, I don't want to intrude if it's not considered polite.
There are some ruffians in this city, but no, it's fine. We actually have the story by the famous bard Rumbling River called the Monk Who Would Be Queen. Let me go grab it for you so you can take a look. And he goes up this like metal spiral staircase up to the second floor, and you can see him kind of shuffling around, and he finally grabs a tome and he brings it down and he hands it to you, and he goes, feel free to take some time to peruse that book and just relax and rest. We have to go settle a debate, though. I know it may seem rude, but we have to settle this debate. And the female halfling likes, she just sighs deeply, and she's like, will you be okay here by yourself?
Yes, thank you so much for your hospitality.
It's no problem, my dear. Fine, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And they exit again. And you can hear him excitedly hurrying down the stairs. You can hear like his little shoes tapping as he goes down the stairs. You can hear her just kind of doing like, you can actually
the dragging of the feet.
She's like, you can kind of hear her feet drag, but you can also hear like this long drawn out sigh that carries for a while until like you can tell they kind of just got out of earshot.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Nova?
At first she's gonna like thumb through and then
Okay.
like look around and put it in her pocket pouch.
Okay.
And then she'll like listen out to see if they're
Make a perception check.
anywhere near. 23.
Can't hear them.
Okay.
Maybe distant banging, but other than that, you can't hear anything.
So she's gonna slowly like walk out of the room and like half speed, 2/4 speed, like a fourth speed walk down the
Give me a
stairs.
soul check.
25.
Yeah, you make it all the way to the ground floor, and you don't make a single sound.
And she'll like make herself the way she was when
When she walked in.
yeah,
Okay.
and then try to walk out the door.
Okay.
And then like
Nothing stops you. You walk right out the door. You walk right out the front gate. And the guards just wave you. Oh, have a good day.
You as well. And she's gonna go back to the tavern.
Okay.
Is there the drop in every town? She's gonna actually find that first, and then
Okay. You would know exactly where it
yeah,
is.
she's gonna do her business there, and then
Okay.
go back to the tavern.
Okay. Ella, your ritual has completed. What are you doing?
She's gonna get up, kind of exhausted. I would imagine that that's still
An 8-hour ritual.
An 8-hour ritual
rather
that's
exhausting.
Yeah. So if the farmer's around, she'll tell the farmer that the work is done, and the crops will yield twice as much now. And then she's gonna go back to the tavern, go to the bed, and go just face plant.
You can eat anything first? She hasn't eaten in 8 hours. If not more. Maybe more like 10 hours. She can eat anything before she goes to bed, or just go to bed?
She might grab a small thing on the way by, but she's probably just gonna go boom.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
See, and then sleight of hand.
Dexterity.
+4, 9.
Somebody notices, but they don't seem to say anything because you're rather exhausted. You look wore out. Cause just like you walk by a table and just grab something off someone's plate and start eating it.
Yep. Yeah. That would be how she would do it.
Grab the leftover bread. Just
Like, yeah, something like that. It's just food. And then flop.
You going to bed as well, Nova?
yes.
Okay. So you can check off the one job that you had on there. And when you wake up in the morning, you find a small sack of gold sitting on the same, like on the chest of drawers, and it contains 100 gold pieces. And with yours, you actually find in the morning that your reputation has increased to 7.
For Peace Bloom, Wunderberg, and
Your guild reputation has
yeah.
increased.
So I go from 6 to 7.
Yep, you're now at 7.
Okay.
It seems the farmer was making some deals due to the ritual you performed last night. Because you now have, including him, you have a total of 6 initiates in the farmlands of. But remember, once he spreads it, it can spread to others. So you could potentially, within a few days, like within a week or two, you could potentially have the entirety of the farmer community under your auspice.
Yep. Too good at farming.
Okay, so you guys, you got the 100 gold, you gained 1 reputation with your guild, which I have it here if you want. If you want, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright. So what are you guys doing today?
I don't think Nova's gonna do anything like any of the tasks on her thing today.
Okay. She's not trying to do any research on
Oh, she'll probably
the other task in Lindeberg. Or the 2 other ones that are in Lindeberg.
So the other one isn't Wonder. The one I texted you about.
No, not that one.
No, I know.
There's two
I know.
that are still
That's what I was saying.
available.
Is that one isn't.
Well, the two that you know
I
for
know,
sure
I
are in
know.
town.
She's not gonna. Yeah, she's gonna space out
Okay.
so that it's not one bad thing after another happening when she's in the town.
Okay.
Ella's gonna get up looking like she's hungover, kind of like the hair is all ragged, like,
You okay?
I just need some breakfast.
Likewise.
Huh? You guys sit down and you have your breakfast.
What's her face? What's Ova's face looking like right now?
That was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't.
It was a
major
minor-
cut. It was just a minor scrape.
It was but a flesh wound.
It was about a flesh wound. Yeah.
Yeah, Ella would not pay any mind to it regardless.
Okay.
Okay. So what are you guys gonna do then today? If we're
Were there any other fancy books in that college of yours? In your wonderful restricted section?
I do not know, but I could go take a look. Unless you wanted me to carry you in.
Not quite yet. I'm not looking for anything particular, but knowledge can be quite valuable.
Would you like me to go scope it out?
If you wouldn't be too much trouble.
I may find something of use in there anyways.
okay, so you're going to the college.
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
it
was
called?
just gonna wait at the tavern for Nova.
Okay. Alright, so you go to the College of Infinite Knowledge. You walk right in, you walk right to the restricted section. Oh, what are you looking for? Just general perusal, or
That, but also to see if there's anything about House Gallandel.
okay? Go ahead and give me an investigation.
8.
You spend a good 4 hours in the restricted section. You find loads of books, but they're not like general knowledge books. They're very specific knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you summon a demon. Like, this is how you make edible poisons. You know, like how you
Does
make.
she actually see that?
Yeah, like
Okay.
she finds an actual.
Anna wants the phone.
Yeah, you do actually find a book that tells you how to make a potion of poison into an edible creation that you can't tell that it's poison. You find, loads of other books on different professions and, but they're all very specific manuals. Kind of like, it seems like the restriction section of the library is like very linear and specific to very specific tasks.
Okay.
Seems as though general knowledge is in the other parts of the library.
Then she's gonna go into the regular part of the library
Okay.
and look for like anything Callum will.
Investigation check.
Six.
You spend the rest of the day just kind of wandering the library in a haze. It almost seems like you're not used to the whole like study and research stuff. You prefer to watch people and that kind of thing. Like you kind of almost get lost in all the books. After about 4 hours, though, one of the library assistants comes up to you and goes, is there anything we can help you find?
No, I'm gonna head home now. I've been up way too long.
Okay, well, if you ever need assistance, you can just ask.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, have a great day.
She walks out.
Okay.
She's done with books.
Alright. Give me a perception check.
$21.
Okay. As you leave the library, or the college, you notice a plaque next to the door that says sponsored by House Gallendale, and then it has a little symbol right underneath it.
She will look at the symbol
Okay.
and like ingrain the symbol into her brain.
It looks like a lute
Okay.
with an arrow across.
Okay. She's still gonna go back to the tavern.
Okay. Now you know.
Yeah.
Alright.
She's gonna find Ella.
It's just playing with druid craft. Just boredom. More boredom druid craft.
Just flower, mushroom, flower, mushroom, flower, mushroom.
Yep. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, Ella looks rather bored from having to sit around for the past, 6 hours waiting for you to basically find nothing.
Well, that was too many books.
None of interest at all.
Based on what I know of you, there's one that may be interesting for you.
Oh.
It's how to make edible poison.
You know, that one might be very helpful. Did you grab it?
No. I was also looking for something else, but may have gotten too many books.
Well, I could use that to help with some other things.
Would you like me to go get it, or would you like to come with me?
I don't know, how close are they watching?
You didn't see anybody else in the restricted section when you were there.
Is it like a closed off? Can you see through?
Well, it's so basically the walls are bookshelves. So
Okay.
it's like a wall. There's obviously gaps between the bookshelves. So there's an actual wall there, but within the restricted section, it's not a huge space. It's probably roughly this size.
Okay.
In compare, if you were to, but it's lined with bookshelves. But there is a steel gate, and there is a wall, bookshelf. It's bookshelf, wall, bookshelf. So it's rather thick. But
So it's very private.
yes, it's very closed off, and it basically they made it so that uninitiated people who couldn't get in there can't see what's in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be fun to peruse.
It's late afternoon, probably about 4 p.m. right now.
Does the library have, like, hours?
No.
Okay. We can go... We can
Should we
eat.
go when it's not that angry lady?
So nighttime?
Yeah.
Well, Nova has unrestricted
Yeah.
access now. So.
We could go later tonight.
It would be fun.
Nova's probably gonna eat since she spent the whole day.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have some supper, have a little bit of ale, and then
Yeah.
go to
Ella's gonna put one of the flowers she made in your hair.
Nova looks into like her stuff. I don't think you want daggers.
It's quite alright.
Okay. Alright, so how are you getting Ella in?
In her bag.
Yeah, so we go to the room,
Yeah.
Okay.
hop in the bag.
Nova picks up the bag, puts it on like a
Like-
satchel.
Yeah, like across the shoulder.
Okay. Alright. Go back to the college, go into the restricted section, let Ella out.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Does Nova remember where she saw the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me.
Well, Nova can go straight to the book that she found earlier.
I got a natural one.
Okay.
You're just like...
Well, so technically, skill checks aren't... You can't critically fail or critically pass a skill check, so technically, what's your investigation bonus?
Investigation is terrible. I got better like I get nothing from investigation. It's all
So
perception.
basically,
I can
Ella-
see things great.
Ella wanders around kind of just like in a daze, as she kind of looks at all these books that...
There's a lot of books.
I told you. Too many books.
But yeah, so you acquire the Guide to Edible Poisons book.
So... Ella takes it, goes into her bag. I take the bag and walk out.
Okay. Alright. Anything else you guys are doing this evening?
Do you have any night business?
It's still early enough that the temple would potentially still be open.
I think Nova would make a stop to go say thank you to
Okay.
the head priest guy.
Okay.
And
Are you letting Ella out of the bag prior to doing this is the question. Or does Ella want to come out of the bag?
I was anticipating being brought back somewhere to be let out, so she's not gonna just pop out in the middle of the street. It's not good for
reputation.
yeah, not making a scene.
It would probably be not the weirdest scene that anybody's seen in this town, but...
It's not call attention.
Yeah, so Nova will like duck into a corner.
Give me a stealth check.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, you find a kind of little tucked away nook in a alleyway and kind of just
Get out.
pop Ella out of the bag.
Alright.
Well, what would happen if Nova put her hand into the bag? Like, would it like... Is it like a... I was
It's
like,
kind of more like a portal
okay,
where it's all or nothing kind of
Okay.
thing.
okay, then that was just for myself.
But you could call in.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do.
Okay.
She's gonna like loud
Throw a
whisper,
paper airplane in
loud whisper,
there. Whisper.
Ella comes out of the bag.
and we're in this creepy dark alleyway.
It's not really
You know, it's
necessarily dark, but you did find
A
kind of, like
secluded-
you're kind of out of the general view of the public.
Right. And Ella takes the bag back.
Right?
I think we should go stop and say thank you to the priest.
Do you want me to do the talking, or are you talking?
You do the talking. I'm gonna just. Was there artwork or like
Not really.
stained glass or
No.
No?
They were they were standard windows, but there were like banners of the Thander that hung from the walls. Other than that, it was a pretty nondescript. Like, it was pretty simple. Nothing too flashy. Not like the Church of Palor. Sun god worshippers.
Noble wants to find a way to
Be
walk.
nonchalant.
Yeah, be like walking around looking at things without raising suspicion.
Okay. So when you enter, you're looking to pay attention to him without paying attention to him?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you guys travel to the Temple of Thander. You enter, you go up to the priests, and
Ella goes up and says, I just wanted to thank you for your assistance.
well, you don't actually see the priest that you're looking for.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
You see the younger priest that helped you originally.
Then I go up to the younger priest and ask,
You never had his name.
okay, where might your master be?
Oh, he has retired for the evening. He will be back up for the dawn ceremony. Yeah, he retired to our cloister behind the temple
Okay.
for the evening.
Could you, by chance, tell him I said thank you? I really appreciate his assistance.
I will let him know.
Nova hears.
Yeah, you hear
Okay.
it. It's a pretty empty temple. Like, you can,
Okay.
Yeah.
most
Oh.
people are in quiet reverence.
Ella gives a subtle nod and heads out of the temple.
He bows to you, and yeah, you guys are you
Yeah.
both leaving then?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing any more investigating, or what
She's
are you
gonna go walk towards the.
the back of the building?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Ella then will also.
Are you going to just help, or are you going to investigate separately?
Ella's going to investigate separately, but the rat's going to help Ella.
Okay. So you get advantage on your roll then.
17.
9.
Okay. Ella falls behind you with her rat on her shoulder, kind of looking out, but
Is it
doesn't-
like Kenpachi and
yeah, sort of, but the rat's much smaller.
yeah, but like the I think it's over there. What are you talking about?
The rat is more distracting than helpful right now.
Ella. Right. Focus. Focus.
But yeah, you take some time and you kind of wander. You can see all these like windows. They're very simple windows with like a little ledge. Some of them have like little flower boxes on them. But yeah, you find one. You're kind of
Yeah.
they're at a height where like tiptoes you can kind of see in.
Yeah. So any average height person.
Any average height person would probably have to grab the ledge and like pull themselves up, but you're, you know,
I can like just
pretty
peek
long and
over.
sleek. Yeah, you can kind of just peek in through the window, and you end up finding a room where you see the priest you're looking for in silent prayer, facing away from the window. It's this little shrine to Lathander.
Do I see anything else or?
It's a very simple room: bed, basin, and a small trunk for it seems extra clothing or extra vestments. And every room that you've looked in so far is literally the same. Like, it's very simple, you know. Each one has a little shrine to Lathander, simple bed, you know, the same setup. It's very plain and simple.
Very priesty.
Yeah. Well, more monastic, like Gregorian monastic.
That was the window, glass window? Or,
Yep.
Okay. How about entrance to the cloister?
It's through the temple itself. There isn't an exterior entrance. When you were in the temple, when you were talking to the priest, you could have seen that there's a kind of like, if you leave the main altar, there's a kind of a small hallway that leads to a doorway.
Okay.
That would
Do the windows open or are they just
they seem to swing open
like
outwards.
outwards?
Yep. And the flower boxes you saw were actually kind of scooped out from underneath the ledge at the base of the window.
Is there anyone else around?
Both of you give me perception checks.
$15.
9.
As far as you can tell, you don't see anybody. It seems to be like behind the temple. It is kind of more like it's kind of almost like an alleyway behind the temple, but it's
Okay.
grass and, you know, it's a verdant area, but it's not well traveled.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, Ella's gonna go.
Okay. Nova goes to.
So, lead her back out. Should head back to the tavern to plan.
Yeah.
We wouldn't want to be seen skulking.
I wouldn't want you to be seen skulking either.
Right, so you guys head back to the tavern.
Yep.
See.
Are you staying in the main area, or are you going to the room?
Who all's in the main area? Like anyone that I've
Just-
recognized.
Not anybody that you recognize. It seems to be just a regular. Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Nat 1 plus 4.
Yeah, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. All right.
Do you want to go to the rooms or stay out here?
Are we able to bring ale to the rooms?
Yeah.
Just Nova would get an ale and say, let's go to the room.
Ella does as well then.
Okay. You guys grab a couple of ales. You go up to one of your rooms, and you guys sit down to have a conversation.
Do you think you can climb through that window?
I don't know. I don't know if it locks from the inside. Did Nova notice what race the priest guy was?
He is half-orc, I believe. Hold on, let me double check.
Is he part elf? Is our question.
Yes.
He is a half-orc.
Okay.
So he's a rather big guy, but
If it's a simple lock, I can open it. Mage hand.
yeah.
If
I was
it's,
gonna
'cause if
say
it's-
there is a spell to open locks, but
yeah, no. Well, if it's pretty much if it's just a latch, I can
yeah.
mage hand.
You guys never investigated to see if there's even a lock on the window.
We got something for it.
Yeah.
So I could potentially open the window, as well as make us a little bit more stealthy, so that Hermit can't be followed.
It'd be nice if Nova had like silencer or something.
I just don't have it prepared.
Hmm?
I don't have it prepared.
But as far as you can tell, the priest seemed to be getting ready to go to bed. So.
Yep.
Mm. The more complicated this gets, the less Nova wants to do it. She likes.
This is
More.
rather simple. I mean, it's just a matter of can you climb through that window.
I mean, I could probably climb through it. With little to no struggle because of her height, and it would be still in athletics, wouldn't it?
Or acrobatics. More likely acrobatics than athletics.
I
Was
could-
he still wearing what you're looking for?
He was still fully dressed.
Yes, he was. As far as I could tell, I only saw his back.
Is it a shirt that you need?
It's a vest that has many pockets.
I do like pockets.
Yeah. I don't know the.
Well, if he's still wearing it, that might be a problem.
Yeah. I was thinking. You have that book of making poisons edible, yes?
Yes, I have not had the chance to read it yet.
What if you could make him a nice meal or a dessert to show our gratitude?
I can certainly try. I don't know how long it'll take me to read the book, but it will take some time.
It's just an idea. But if it is an immediate effect thing, I don't think it'd be a smart idea if he got sick right after eating.
I fully agree. I would like to not
Like,
Gain unwanted attention.
yes. But if it was an overtime thing, like if you could tell, if the book told you, oh, it takes 8 hours to take effect. It's just an idea. I don't know if it's worth anything.
Oh, I won't know until I start reading.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
So are we passing on tonight then?
Yes. Just until we know all our options.
Should we go back and check to see if he takes this vest off?
We can. Do you have that spell to make us more stealthy prepared?
Absolutely. Pass without trace.
We're gonna go back to see if he undresses or whatever.
Okay, so you guys trying to be sneaky when you go back?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have pass without trace.
Yep. Give me stealth rolls.
And it's plus 10.
There's plus 10.
$34.
I hate rogues.
That's right. 17.
Okay. You guys move
I
quickly.
like put dirt on my head, like literally.
It really turns invisible.
Do
you guys-
you even see me?
Actually, let's see if you can follow her. Go ahead and roll a
Is
perception
she
check.
leading though? We're going to the same spot.
I know you're going to the same spot, but let's see if you can stick together.
Let's see. I mean, I'd probably have to get a natural 20 for that, but it'll be 25.
Yeah, you're trying to keep with Nova as you guys are traveling to the same area, but all of a sudden she kind of just
Okay.
disappears. But you both...
I'll meet her there.
Funny, like it'd be funny if she was still right next to her. But
She looks away for a moment and just.
I just become one with the environment.
Yeah, like it's literally like brick wall. It's
And
freaking
she's
full-on.
just standing behind Ella the whole time.
Right? She's standing like just out of your periphery the whole time.
You're doing this number.
But yeah, so yeah,
Just I'm in
she
your
actually
shadow.
like goes into your bag and then comes back out when you get there. You ain't even-
With my stealth, I probably could sneak into her bag.
Yeah, but yeah, no, you get back to there with like it just even seems like the crowd of people that you pass through doesn't even notice you're passing. You get back to the window, you find it again after a little bit of searching, and you actually look in and he's in his bed. You can hear a light snore, and you can actually see the vest that you're looking for hanging.
I see what I need.
So, Ella whispers tonight.
Well, do you have the spell you need prepared?
Always.
Always?
Yep. So, takes a look at the window.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Nova will help.
Yeah, if you would help, that would be
Yeah,
great.
Nova will help. Action.
11.
11. There's no lock on this window.
It just opens.
It just swings open. It seems like they almost don't like it. You get the kind of feeling that they don't worry about security.
Okay.
It is a church after all.
Alright,
No, Nova probably should do the opening and the climbing.
okay. If you can open it, that's cool.
Like Nova will try to.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
17.
You open the window without without making a noise.
And then Nova wants to sneak into the window.
Acrobatics.
Does she get anything from Pass Without Trace for all this?
Nope.
Dirty 20.
You very handily.
Like-
you literally Ella stands there watching Nova just kind of.
Like a quiet tuck and roll.
Yeah, like she basically just grabs the window ledge and just kind of like throws herself through the window.
Then if it's a quick reach, she's gonna like try and.
Yeah, it's not a big room. You can
She's
easily.
gonna like grab it quickly and then
Okay.
back out the window.
Give me a stealth check.
Ah! This one she gets
Well, actually, how far is Ella
30.
standing?
She's just out, like, the
Just outside
window.
them. Okay. I'm just because
Yeah.
it's only when they're within 30 feet.
31.
Yep.
Okay. 31.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You tuck in, grab it, pouch it, tuck out. Without
then,
too
like-
much of a chew. And then close the window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
You guys, I want you both to give me a deception roll.
I'm quiet with this.
17.
That'll be 19.
Okay. It was mostly to do a whole like how nonchalant you guys are as you leave
Just
back in, like as you kind of just walk back into the crowd of people out on the streets.
Yeah, I don't think Ella would have too much problems with doing that.
well,
Yeah, it was just more like
yeah, just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if anyone's like,
if anybody finds it odd that it's evening, like getting into night and there's two people walking away from the side of, also to see how noticeable you are, because you just did something and now you're trying to avoid detection kind of thing. It was more of an avoid detection kind of thing.
But-
Yeah, you guys.
Nova's gonna go and like she's dropping it immediately. Like,
Okay, are you taking Ella with you to the drop point?
at this point, Nova trusts Ella.
Yep, Ella's gonna go with.
Yeah,
Okay. So you go to the drop point and you drop it.
yeah. Okay.
You don't get to keep the pockets.
No. You get money in return.
Well, I would hope that you get quite a bit from this one. Pockets are valuable.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So you guys go back to
The tavern.
the silver cask. Alright.
Yep.
You guys
Sleep
spend
time?
the evening. You sleep. Next morning, you find a pouch of 250 gold pieces.
She'll give 125, like split it half.
Half of it to Ella. Okay.
Mhm.
And that puts you at 2 reputation. With the kitten.
125.
And you have time to complete the tasks on your list,
Okay.
but now you're done with 2.
That's this one. I don't think she is gonna try to kill the one lady.
I'm ready to find out.
Huh?
Probably wait
Okay.
on whether you decide that right now or
Well,
not.
in her mind, she's like, she's not gonna go out of her way to kill someone that's
Yeah,
never wronged her,
yeah,
and like that she knows of.
yeah.
I suppose if there's any time left in the day, I'll start reading the book.
Okay. Go ahead and give me just a standard intelligence check. Hey, you're trying to learn something new.
10.
10? You take the rest of the evening and read the book. You get a couple chapters in and you start to kind of doze. And you just, you know it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think this will be one of those things you have to study for a while.
Yeah. I'll close the book and just be like, okay, sleep. He puts it away. And then sleeps.
Alright, I think that's where we're going to call it for today.